what it is, what's up. The Trying to Be Grown podcast is in the cut. This is the Trying to Be Grown podcast. I'm your host, Monty Carter. Over there, with no haircut, with the hat on, is my esteemed co-host, Mr. Byron Keaton. Byron, what you think?
2 out of 10. Legit 2 out of 10.
I try to keep it fresh. I got to keep it lively.
First of all, that's not even your lyrics. That's a sample.
I know what I'm saying. But see, that's what I'm saying. I'm pulling stuff from different sources, trying to keep it live. It don't have to be original. The thought was original to go ahead and abridge it for this platform.
Go ahead, man.
Anyways, wherever you rocking with us, we appreciate you rocking with us. Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, and of course YouTube. I forgot to mention YouTube last time. We appreciate all the subscription, all the comments, everybody that has DM'd us with content requests, with guest requests. We got more of that coming. Continue to keep that just flowing our way. I actually burned through the miracles of AI. We took a picture in 2021, might have been 2020, but I think I got us a new logo. I'm wearing a striped shirt, he wearing a striped shirt, and of course this should be the label to the video. So y'all let us know if you rocking with it. If we need to do something else, let us know. But yeah, I think that's gonna be it going forward. I think I've aged a little bit since that picture was taken, bro.
Yeah, all that stress you've been going through.
Yeah, I mean it's there are some stresses. Everything that we're gonna talk about is gonna be timestamped in the description. Something I'm scared of. Byron said he got something that surprised me to start off the show with, so that's about to happen. I'll timestamp it when I figure out what it is. We're gonna talk about the playoffs. Byron insisted that we do that first because he wants to gloat about Brock Purdy. And we're going to talk about content creation, talking about Drew Walls and his recent fame, which I can't quite understand. And at the end, what's the last one? Oh, yeah. We're going to finding out that you're talking to the least attractive friend in the group and how to deal with that. And I'm throwing somebody under the bus here. Wasn't my idea. Everything gonna be, like I said, everything gonna be timestamped. Y'all don't want to hear nothing about no football. Go ahead and get through the playoff spot. We'll just go ahead and let you rock with it, sir.
So you kind of played just right into my cards today, some kind of way. I don't know if God just wanted you to say what you said for the intro, but you did exactly what I need you to do. So today I'm going to have you decide whether you're a bigger J. Cole or Jay-Z fan. But the way we are going to do this is I'm going to play a sample, the original song that's sampled, and you have to guess the Jay-Z or J. Cole song.
Oh, I should be good, but I don't. I think I'm definitely going to be a bigger J. Cole fan because Jay-Z's discography is just way bigger.
So, okay. I think it is 7 of each. Over under 4.5 on Jay-Z, over under 4.5 on J. Cole.
Oh, over on both.
Over on both.
Yeah, let's get it right.
Okay.
I'm a musical listener.
Okay, we're going with.
So I'm naming the J. Cole song that samples this track. Correct?
Yes, that is correct.
Okay. Oh, that's easy. I can do that. Easy.
All right.
Hard Knock Life.
That's easy. Okay. So 1 for 1.
Mm-hmm.
Now we got to go to J. Cole. Oh, this is also super easy. I shouldn't even include the easy ones, man.
You better go get the hoe about your bag now. It's about 4, 5 cats on here, my leg now. Just shoot game in the form of story raps now. It's like that.
This is J. Cole. I'll do the beginning for you. Maybe that's easier, to where you don't have to rapping over it.
Land of the Snakes. Why wouldn't
You
you
should've
just
got
play
it.
the part that's the part that's in the sample? You got to play the
Because-
part that's in the sample.
Because the other part was also in the sample. It was the background. It was the music. You just was too focused in on the lyrics.
Okay.
I didn't want it to be too easy. I felt if I played the beginning, you weren't even going to know it's a different song. That's why I didn't want to do that one. Okay, this is going to get a little more difficult. Not much, but a little bit.
Sounds like a love song. Sounds like a love song.
Good job, good job.
Real musical listener. You thought you were gonna get me with these?
No, these easy. It gets harder as we go. Pause.
Big pause. I'm not intimidated, bro. Not at all. You trying to play weird parts of the song already?
That was the main part of the song.
That's no, the part that's sampled was literally the part that you played later. That's literally
I ain't trying to hear that, man.
what's the name of that song? Hold on.
You have 5 seconds.
No, you didn't say I had 5 seconds. You can't.
We can't give you all day.
I know.
Okay, going forward, you get 5 seconds.
What is the name of that song? Power Trip. Power Trip. Oh my god.
Okay, yeah, there we go. It's 2 for 2. Next time, you get 5 seconds going forward once I stop playing music. We're not about to give you.
That's fine. That's fine. I can do this. I can do this. I'm telling
Okay.
you, that was the nerve one. 2. So I gotta get the 5 on both.
Yep. I knew
That's
you.
like my song.
I knew you would get that one.
I was conceived by Gloria Carter and Agnes Reeves. See, come on, man. Come on, man. I do this.
I think J. Cole's might be harder the more I think about it. Okay, do you want it to be more difficult on this one or a little bit easier?
Nah, just go.
No, we're going to start off with difficult.
Nah, why would you do that?
Okay, yeah.
So you trying to switch the rules up because I'm 5 for 5. That's messed up, bro.
No, man.
Just like
if you struggle, I'll go to the other part. Do you need? It's not a big difference, but it will help you some. You should have gotten it from that part.
Can't get enough.
I shouldn't have gave you the second part.
Sample.
No, because the front part is sampled.
Okay, so here's the thing, right? Just, go ahead. We'll talk about it now. You keep trying to.
Both parts are sampled, bro. I don't like you getting the easy part of the song.
3 for 3.
Okay, it's about to start getting more difficult. Oh yeah, this may get confusing.
You ready? Izzo. H to the Izzo, V to the Izzo.
You're not gonna know that one.
Used to dribble back. Yep.
I'm not gonna know that immediately, man.
Yeah. Produced by Mr. Kanye West. That's 4 of them. That's 4 of them things. If you're counting at home.
Rodina, Erina, que Palestina aquí.
This ain't right, but 99 problems.
No. Do you want to hear what the song is?
What's the song?
Do you want to hear it? I feel like hearing it makes it a little easier. All right.
Tell me now, only thing that's on my mind is who's gonna run this town tonight.
We stumped him. What's next?
5 for 6.
Okay. I feel this is easy. This is a tough one. And it's J. Cole.
Neighbors.
Here's the song, Money.
Hey. Oh, yeah.
And I love that song too. That's tough.
Okay. I should have made it 5.5 instead of 4.5. That was a terrible line. Okay.
We got one more to get.
I'll just make. Oh, I like this one. This is a creative one.
Sorry, Lauren.
I like that one. That was a good one. That was easier. But I didn't know if you were going to be all in on that song.
I go 6 for 7 on Saint. Man, look at me.
Then the final one.
Goated.
This is a tough one, I feel. It would be tough for me.
Apparently.
No, not even close, sir.
Folding clothes.
So clearly you're a bigger Jay-Z fan.
No, I think that last one was just, the last two were different.
They were the same beat. One, I thought, like, it's a very unique riff that was in the one for with Think. Which song is that? Nobody's Perfect.
Riff or riff?
I said riff.
I thought you said rift.
No, man. So I'm just noticing that you're a bigger Jay-Z fan.
I don't think I'm a big Jay-Z fan than I'm a J. Cole fan. Because, like, one more sample would be something different if there was a glaring difference.
Because you were, like, all of the Jay-Z ones you were super quick on. J. Cole, you were like, let me think. Let me go through the whole entire song. Jay-Z, you were like, I know it.
This one, I'd still, from a lyrical standpoint, from an album standpoint, I can name you more J. Cole songs than I can name you Jay-Z songs. There's something that I know, I just wouldn't be able to name off the top of my head. But yeah, I'm definitely a bigger J. Cole. I'm just really good at the sample thing, bro. That's all you can get from that.
I don't think so, man. I don't think so.
Well, now that I've shown my intellectual superiority in one realm, let's get to your little win. So after watching the Niners play the Packers in the rain, with fairness to him, Brock Purdy didn't play very well, in my humble opinion. Thought he missed, like I said, in the rain, missed a lot of throws. Some really, really good opportunities that I didn't think he capitalized on. McCaffrey shine, defense shine. I thought he was barely good enough to win, even with all of the help around him. So, contrasting that with, even Jared Goff the other day. Yeah, he just didn't look very good.
Didn't you call me crazy for saying Jared Goff was better?
No, I didn't call you crazy. I said that's just not a decision that anybody would make. Even with that game like cataloged in my mind, And Jared Goff has had a really good postseason. He hasn't thrown a pick. He's got like 5 touchdown passes. I'd still take Purdy over Jared Goff. Maybe not right now, but as a like week 1, I would still take Purdy over Goff.
Demani, I'm just here to say, I told you so. Brock Purdy's doing exactly what I expected.
Fair enough.
He really should have. Honestly, the Packers should have won. They dropped 2 picks that would have, either one of them would have ended the game, basically. In my opinion. Brock Purdy did everything to lose that game. And it just, I'm sick of the Brock Purdy look.
He really hadn't been getting any love since week 13.
He has.
Whichever week it was that he lost to the Ravens. Here's what I was.
You were trying to put him in the MVP conversation.
Up until week 13, he had the numbers. But here's what I'm saying. All right. Here's what I'm saying. I never argued that he was a better player than most of the guys that we've named. All right. I never said he was a better player than Christian McCaffrey. What I said is that typically one quarterback is weighted much heavier than other positions are. So there are years when the best player in the league is a receiver, when the best player in the league is a defensive player, when the best player in the league is a running back, and the quarterback still gets it because they're going to have the heaviest numbers. And just from a numerical standpoint, he had it. And he was outplaying a lot of quarterbacks numerically in the league at the time. All right? Now, Lamar has gone like this since then, and just to me, there's no conversation. He's getting the MVP. But,
Okay, Demani.
and I also said that Cam Newton was accurate in saying what he said about those quarterbacks. I just didn't agree with the tag of game manager.
How can a game manager be a MVP? Can't happen. 2, Demani, okay, if we remove Lamar Jackson from the MVP conversation, who should get MVP in your opinion?
If we remove Lamar,
Mm-hmm.
well, at this point, you've got. I think Tyreek Hill had a good case before he got hurt. He'll probably still get invited, even though he's not going to win it. So he had a good shot. Prescott took himself out. Purdy took himself out. McCaffrey, again, I think is like I said, he's a much better player than Purdy is, but from a numerical standpoint, I don't know if Lamar was out of it, this might be a good year for him to be there, because none of the quarterbacks besides Lamar had, like can't miss numbers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It was the worst year statistically for Mahomes, I believe, since he's become a starter. I'd have to check on that. Josh Allen had a relatively good year, but I know his general numbers weren't just astronomical. Nobody threw 50 touchdowns this year, so it would have been. Christian McCaffrey deserves to be in there regardless of if Lamar wins it or not. I think he deserves it, but yeah, a lot of good choices.
So I guess one of my problems with that I had last week, quarterback numbers overall this year are low.
Correct.
So if quarterback numbers are low and no one's just like really having a breakout year, why should we then reward someone who has good numbers relative towards the year, but not good numbers relative towards the last 5 seasons or 10 seasons? Why should that person be in the MVP category just because his team is doing great, but he has a all-pro running back that I believe is more valuable to his team?
Definitely more valuable to his team. This is what I'd say.
Are you saying he's more valuable? Which one are you saying is more valuable now, Demani? Are you talking about McCaffrey or Purdy?
I'm talking about if I'm John Lynch and I'm sitting in my office as the general manager of the 49ers and somebody comes in and asks, hey, which one of these players is more valuable to our team? Brock Purdy or Christian McCaffrey? I would say Christian McCaffrey. But when you're talking about how the award has, oh my God, I said this last week. If we're talking about how the award has been given out for the last, 15 years, quarterbacks have won it in years where there have been better football players in the league than them. That's just the truth of it. How many MVPs?
Give me three. Give me three.
The year that J.J. Watt won, I don't care who won it. There was nobody that was better than him playing football. And both of the years that Aaron Donald won Defensive Player of the Year, there was nobody better than him on the offensive side playing football. There you
Hey,
go.
Devon, let me
And
tell you
that's just-
something. I don't think those count because nobody care about defense.
So you understand what I'm saying? That no, okay. Let me back up here.
But
Right,
people
so
care
you
about running back and
understand-
receivers. They score touchdowns.
Do you know how like the value of a running back has gone down since the year 2000? Since the league has gone to just airing the ball out?
Yeah, this went down.
Yeah, so when you think about, just look at Saquon and Daniel Jones. Saquon, and I mean injuries, you can put whatever you want into that conversation. But Saquon is, and I'll just come out and say it. Saquon is a much better football player than Daniel
Correct.
Jones is.
Correct. I agree.
But
100%.
from a contract situation, Saquon had already proved it
That was an awful
and
decision by them, though.
still couldn't get paid. And Daniel Jones had a singular okay year and got paid just like phenomenal money. So
Yeah.
the value of the running back in the league, it's gone down tremendously over the course of the last 20, 24 years, because they think that they can find one whenever, and they think it's harder to find a quarterback, which whatever you think about that argument is fine. But that is part of the reason that when you talk about nobody caring about defense, well, I mean, as much as we as like fans, like, when there's going to be an 80-yard or 50-yard touchdown broken, we know that the value of the position as a whole is not what it used to be, not by a long shot.
But I feel like stats-wise and popularity-wise, people still care about the running back position.
When's the last time we had a 2,000-yard rusher, Brian?
Couldn't tell you. Probably Derrick Henry last year, maybe.
He didn't break 2,000.
Okay, well, I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. The league is a lot different. The league as a whole.
But
Derrick Henry is the one that's like kind of a throwback in terms of the amount of carries that he gets, and just the way that his offense is set up. And not to say that they're the only ones that run the ball like they do, but when you're talking about just like how many people in the league, like how many teams in the league would rather, be more pass oriented than run oriented, the number has grown ridiculously. There's just a bunch of them, and everybody wants to be able to run the ball. But if you have a guy like a Mahomes, like a Josh Allen, like a Justin Herbert, you want to be able to use them to put as much pressure on defense as possible. That means letting them throw the ball, 30, 40 times a game.
I hear that. But I just feel, I don't know, man. I just don't like it, bro. I feel like McCaffrey is different to where he's getting receiving yards and rushing yards.
Mm-hmm.
Brock Purdy just out here throwing slants and screens.
Okay.
I gotta say, he'll throw the occasional comeback. He threw one the other night.
And I just
And
want to point out, Purdy's not bad. He played bad once. Or
He's
twice.
extremely mediocre. He's the, like, you think of an average quarterback. I think of Brock Purdy. Like, he's just the most average guy in the world. Is how I feel about him.
I mean, after last week, I can't defend him because I was nervous about that. Forget all that though. Let's talk about the most important 49er, the former guest on the
That is
show,
true.
Dre
Yeah.
Greenlaw.
He literally saved him. Saved him. 2.
He
I
was
felt
running
him
around
on-
for about an hour though. He was running
I felt him
around
on that,
for a
though.
solid hour.
I remember the first time I got cussed out when I did that. Cussed out by Rob Smith. We were in practice, 2-minute drill. We up. So it's downtime.
Mm-hmm.
I got a pit. I tried to take it to the house too. Everybody, oh, go, go, go. Got to the sideline, cussed out. So when he had it and he was running, I was like, dang, he got to get down. He got to get down. But hey, he saw end zone.
That first one, bro, when he threw the ball, like he had the ball, took it over somebody's helmet. Oh my gosh.
Your heart was beating out your chest.
Yes. No. Boy, doing all right, though. I take it.
Yeah.
Cool.
You see the meme? You see the meme of him
That
like
was the craziest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. If y'all haven't seen it, go to the Bleacher Report Twitter account right now. Go find it. It is the funniest thing. Like whoever did that at Bleacher Report, one, I don't know how y'all got approved to do that, but like whatever intern like thought of that, please promote him. Please give him a raise. I was crying laughing. I was just like, who would do like what? That was just that was the most insane. It's hard to describe, but y'all gotta.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen it yet, go look at it. Please go look at it. I won't spoil the surprise, but phew, internet is a strange place, man. It is a very strange place.
And so now I'm running with. I have a dilemma currently. I want Dre to get a Super Bowl. Clearly want him to get that. But if the 49ers get a Super Bowl, it hurts my point. So I want to find a way to where some kind of way the 49ers win with like 4 pick sixes. And they win 28-0, like 28-10, and Brock Purdy just plays awful. I want him to play horrendous. Actually, there's a way this can work. Brock Purdy gets hurt or he is benched. If either of those two happen in the Super Bowl and the 49ers win, I'll be the happiest person in the world. But I don't want to be wrong. I don't want to be wrong.
So you telling me if Brock Purdy gets injured, then it'll be that's what you're wishing for right now. You're wishing for Brock Purdy to get injured.
I'm not wishing for Brock Purdy to get injured. I am wishing for him not to finish a game if they win the Super Bowl. I prefer he gets benched. That is my preference.
But injured will work as a backup. That's what
Like-
I'm saying.
Like a sprained ankle, high ankle sprain. Nothing serious. I don't want him to die.
As a self-proclaimed hater, I'm sure this is no news to you, but that's I don't even have a word for how just incredibly insane that is, man. Like you want to be right that bad?
Yeah.
Okay,
I do.
I forgot who I was talking to. I have known you for a while now, and that
Yeah.
that checks out. That
Yeah.
checks out.
Because I just feel like if Brock Purdy wins Super Bowl, I feel like it hurts my argument a little bit. But it doesn't, but it does. Because I said you can plug anybody into that position, and it'll be fine. But I just don't want. First of all, I don't want Brock Purdy to have the gratification of saying I was the quarterback of a Super Bowl. I don't want him to have that.
Okay. Does that
It's like-
sound like hate to you?
It's like when Joe Flacco won.
Joe Flacco had a good year that year, though.
But he's not that guy.
What do you mean? The defense was the best part of the Ravens football team
Yeah.
that year.
Joe Flacco's extremely average. He's slightly above. He's above Brock Purdy. Prime Joe Flacco's above prime Brock Purdy. I will say that.
Okay, I'm fine with that.
But just how I feel about Joe Flacco being a Super Bowl winning quarterback, I feel even worse if Brock Purdy became one.
Okay. That's at least, like I said, at least it's consistent. But it's just an insane amount of hate for you to have. But hey,
So what-
it works for you.
So what's your playoff predictions? Who makes it out? I guess the next 2 games. Who do you have? Then Super Bowl.
I got obviously the Niners. It's hard, I'd say, to bet against the Chiefs. But I think Lamar presents problems for them, and I really hope I don't have to eat these words next time we're on here. But looking at the way the Chiefs want to play defense, I think Lamar is going to force them to do things that they do not want to do, especially from like a linebacker play standpoint. So, even with the Chiefs' winning track record, I say Ravens, Niners, Super Bowl. Obviously, Niners win. I'm not. I'm riding with it to the end.
Is your Super Bowl prediction a biased prediction, though?
100%. 100%.
Okay. At least I have it Ravens, Niners, Ravens win. Just because of what happened last time they played, mainly. With Brock Purdy
Yeah.
playing terrible.
That's fair. And strictly from a football, from a football standpoint, I'm not mad at you for that.
Yeah.
But I do think, Shanahan seeing them for the second time, and just with how, there was a lot of good fortune in that game for the Ravens, even compounded with how badly Purdy played. But yeah, I still like the Niners in that matchup. I think that they've got now Lamar presents a problem for their defense, more for the secondary than it does for the backers to me. But I still think they got it to.
Do you
finish the
think
job.
Do you think teams have figured out Brock Purdy is why he's been struggling lately?
I don't think there's much to figure out. Like, how do you play? How do you defend the Niners' offense? Because it's something different to just have like a bunch of weaponry. Shanahan is really, really good at making you cover a bunch of areas of the field, making people tackle who you don't want to tackle. He's gonna find a way to get the corners in the fit. He's gonna find a way to just exploit weaknesses. And when you have like the players that the Niners have from a weaponry standpoint, it's very, very difficult. You know what I'm saying? Because I got to defend a really, really well-designed run game. I got to be able to deal with the play actions off of that. And then the people running on those play actions, you got Deebo Samuel, Brandon Ayuk, and George Kittle. So, good luck with that. You got Jennings, who's been playing really, really well. Like, it's very, very tough. So, I don't know what – with Purdy, as – a defensive mind, I would probably say, I'd want to, instead of looking at the strengths of the offense, I'd try to, make him play in ways that would make him weaker, if that makes sense. But I think that's really all there is to figure out. If you're saying, let Brock Purdy beat us, I don't have a problem with that. Because I think that's what most DCs would want to do.
And I have one final question for you. Based on the last round when there were 8 teams, can you rank the quarterbacks in order of best tours?
Just based on how they played, or like
overall, man?
Overall, okay.
I already know Lamar and Pat at the top.
Well,
are you not putting Pat at the top? Okay, go ahead. Overall.
Well, yeah. But here's the thing. All right, we'll put Lamar and Pat at the top. All right. Can I do a tied for third? Or
sure.
Does it have to be? All right, tied for third. Josh Allen, C.J. Stroud. I love C.J. Stroud.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
The Panthers have got to be sick because he's really good. He's a really, really good football player. So then who else we got left?
You got Baker, you got Jordan Love, Brock Purdy, and Goff.
Can I make all 3 of them tied for third?
No.
Jordan Love is.
Nope.
All right.
You get one tie in all of this.
All right. Well, Jordan Love on the back end of the season was like statistically top 5 in a bunch of stuff. He had other than that last throw to Dre.
Yeah.
I don't know how. If you take Josh Allen's legs out of the conversation, this is the order. All right.
Oh, wait, why would you take his legs out of the conversation?
Because it's just like that's what I'm saying.
No, leave the legs in. Leave the legs in.
Jordan Love is like a very, very close fifth. All right. Okay. Leave the legs in. I'll give Josh Allen third, and then we'll put C.J. Stroud and Jordan Love tied for fourth and fifth. Excuse me, tied for fourth.
Okay.
All right. So I got Goff, Baker, and
Purdy
left. Purdy, Goff, Baker.
Oh my gosh. Oh my god.
You saying not as of recently? If we're talking about how they've played, then really Purdy's got to be at the bottom of that. 'Cause Baker didn't play all that bad. He just had the pick to lose the game. Or to end.
That's a rough list, man. I think Purdy too high. Purdy is he's 7th or 8th on my list.
Okay. Can you think about what Goff's offense looks like and what Purdy's offense looks like?
Goff does what needs to be done.
Okay, but I would argue that these are similar. I'm not arguing that they're the same. All right, you got Jahmyr Gibbs in the backfield. You got David Montgomery. You got a 1-2 punch there. All right, you have
Montgomery has lost a lot of touches as of late.
Just hear me out. You got a really good offensive line headed by what should be a first-team All-Pro center and who's going to get the All-Pro nods now that Jason Kelsey is gone. Shout out to Frank. Amon-Ra St. Brown, Laporta, who is, not going to win rookie of the year because C.J. Stroud is there, but has been outstanding throughout the year. Jameson Williams, Josh Reynolds on the outside. So Goff is in a pretty good situation too. And he's been in good situations for the majority of his career. And I think like he's getting it together, and he's played well this year. And I don't want to diminish that, but they're very similar, situational or situations. So yeah,
I hear that.
fine with putting Purdy over Goff. Goff is not like in a rundown situation by any stretch of the imagination.
I disagree, man. I'm going 1, Lamar, 2, Pat, 3. I'm a CJ fan. I'm going CJ with 3. 4.
You putting CJ Stroud over Jordan Love and Josh Allen right now?
Yes.
Today.
Right now. 4 is tied between Allen and Love. So now we're at 6. I'm going Goff. And tied for 7th, I'm going Baker and Purdy.
So Brock Purdy and Baker
Well, tied for 8th.
are tied for 8th to you. They're the same guy.
Oh, I only get 1 tie. So Purdy 8, man. Purdy 8.
Come on.
Purdy is 8.
Really?
7 is Mayfield. You think I'm gonna put my own Tampa Bay Buccaneers last? Never.
All right. Okay. You got to do some research on the team and be able to talk about them a little bit more, and I'll accept them as your team. But you still, every time we had this conversation, bro, you know less and less.
That's my list, man.
All right. What division are they in?
I couldn't tell you really, bro.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying.
I don't know any division. I don't know any division though.
Okay. You got to be able to talk about it a little bit more. If you're going to put Baker above Purdy and have these opinions, you just got to be able to talk about it a little bit. That's all I ask. That's all.
They in the same division as Jacksonville.
They're not even in the same conference as Jacksonville. All right?
They are, bro.
That's not true. No. Jacksonville is in the AFC. Tampa Bay is in the NFC.
Oh, they play Carolina.
There you go. That's a team in their division. Mm-hmm. They're in the NFC South.
Okay. Can you explain to me the divisions? I don't get it. It seems like people are everywhere. Because, like, how is Philly and the Cowboys in the same division? That makes no sense to me.
Agreed. a lot of it had to do with existing ties, rivalries, and stuff. Because you got to remember, the last team to get added to the NFL was the Texans in 2002. The Panthers weren't far behind them with that, but the league has been, the NFL and the AFL merged in the '60s. So without boring everybody with long explanations, you had just teams that were sprinkled in at weird times. So that's just kind of how it worked out.
Gotcha, man. Gotcha.
And they've moved a little bit. They've had some conference movement and stuff, but there's some division movement. But.
Yeah.
Well, now on to the second topic. Drew Walls has managed to, like, we, and I'm using we as like a general social media population, have insulted him into stardom. And he doesn't do anything. He doesn't do anything.
We don't know what his voice sounds like.
No idea. Like he records himself doing just like the most basic everyday things, and so many people have decided to make comments and just for whatever reason share them and say, just look at this ordinary, plain, corny dude just doing things. And the internet has found a way to make him famous.
Do you agree?
What do you mean, do I agree? There's no agreement or disagreement. It's just weird. Like, it's strange. Because think about being somebody.
Is the content cringy? I guess is the first question.
Yes. 100%.
So you can't record yourself doing what you do every day?
Byron, he has to set up a camera, walk by it, and then come back and get the camera.
So the problem is he has to go to that area 3 times. That's what you have a problem with. If it was just like recorded somewhere else already set up, you don't have a problem with it. But the problem is you got to go there, set it up, leave, then act like you coming through again, and then after you come through, you got to go pick it up again. That's what you have a problem with.
Byron, put it to you this way. Like, think about when we were in high school and we were making our huddle highlight tapes, right? So you had yours, which was not as good as mine. And we both made them. But they were like, we searched for like film of stuff that we had done. Like, we were just doing it. Like, we were just playing football at the time. We didn't set up a camera and then go like do football and then come back to get the camera so we could post it on TikTok. Like, it's not even posting what he does. He's just like, he's saying, I'm going to film myself doing something. And I'm fine if you're going to film yourself, doing a backflip on a BMX bike. Like, that's some stuff that I can get behind. I don't want to see you like just in a squat rack doing 175 pounds. Like, what are we doing? Like, why?
But some people want to see that. But some people don't.
Nobody wants to see that. There's nobody on earth that is like, I can't wait to see what Drew Walls did today.
So why they following him? Why do they follow him?
To hate him. I'm telling you, this is the craziest part about it. This is the era that we live in. He has found a way to be so insultable that people want to share his content just so they can comment on it.
Bro, my brother sent me his little, I guess one of his most recent Twitter ones. I said, hey, man, don't send me his stuff giving him extra impressions. I'm like, hey, bro, y'all got to stop this. If y'all don't like his content, stop sharing it. That's all you got to do.
But see, people want to get the clout off of saying, he a wannabe Drake and all this other stuff. Like, people want to get their jokes off. Like, it's so much fun to insult him that we've made him famous. That's the craziest part about it. Is like, he's famous strictly because he has made such insultable content.
I'm about to do the same thing, bro. That's what y'all don't know.
I'll be the first to insult you.
But why? Why do people hate on people that they don't know? Why do people hate on people that they don't know? Like, do you know how crazy it is? Like, no one knows him. And like, you know what? I hate this guy. And it's not like sports related. Like he has no impact on your life.
This is kind of an aside, but this is the area that we live in, right? There's an account, kind of a heavier set lady. She just she films what she does over the course, kind of similar to Drew Wall, right? Films what she does over the course of the day. But she has a voiceover of it. Talks about the fact that she'll wear a shirt that says "I pray for you." But the comments on her videos, I gotta send them to you, bro. Like they're just like she's trying to inspire, right? And people will leave comments and be like, "I'm inspired to not be the fattest person ever because you just showed this video." There was one, you know how people would be like, love from London or whatever. But the comment literally just said, "Hate from Australia." It's like, and it was. I saw it on Your Mom's House podcast with Tom Segura, but it was just like somebody was just like, we're in a different time zone. I've never met you, but I want to let you know that I hate you. And that's an unintended effect of the internet, but that's where we at though.
Is that good or bad?
It's hilarious. Bro. Hate from Australia?
You gave it a like, huh? You wouldn't like that comment.
I might have. But
see?
It's another way to get famous. But this is what I'm thinking about. Think about being a content creator. Say I wake up every day and I'm just like, I'm going to create the next new TikTok craze dance. And I'm working night and day trying to figure it out. And somebody get famous for existing? I'd be livid.
So you saying he shouldn't be famous because he's not working hard?
No, it's not even that he shouldn't be. He shouldn't be famous. I'm not the one that decided that. I cannot believe that he is for doing what he's not doing or doing. I can't.
That man got Drake attention.
Yeah. Who else's attention did he get?
You tell me, man.
Who else's attention did he get?
You talking about one of the Trump people got it.
One of the Trump people? Like Donald Trump?
I don't know. You tell me, man.
You don't know which one?
You just said you'd rather meet
Don
that
Jr.?
one. You said you'd rather meet that over Drake.
No, I didn't say it. I said it like that. Why don't you want to say? You don't want to say the name?
I don't know the name. Do you know the name?
I don't know the name, but see, when you smiling and acting real,
you said.
Everybody gonna think you know the name, bro.
Hey, man. It is what it is. He didn't know how to act off that one. That man edited his tweet 5 times.
Hey, he don't know how to deal with fame, which is justified because there's no other person that has ever done this in human history, as far as I know.
I'm about to go do this. I'm about to get on my content creation little flow. I don't know what I'm gonna do yet, but might do some little day in the life of Byron. It's gonna be a whole bunch of nothing.
Hate from Arkansas, hate from Oklahoma, wherever I'm
Are you still in content now?
at. No, I'm still in content. I just want to make sure that you know that I dislike what you're posting, and I want you to know where I'm at. Hate from
So okay, you got a home. So okay, but like, shouldn't you as a friend support your other friends? Why?
Oh, yeah.
Why is content creation so frowned upon?
Because people think like it's new, and there are ways that it could be like a cop out if you didn't want to like work. But I think if you're doing unconventional work and you're passionate about it, there's avenues for you to be successful in it. By all means. But if my homeboy on the couch 7 hours out the day and 30 minutes a day, he standing up and TikTok dancing and saying he's gonna get famous over content creation. I think as a friend, you have kind of a license to say you need to be doing something else. That's fine.
But what if somebody told Michael Jordan that? What if they told Jeff Bezos that? What if they told Mark Zuckerberg that?
But you're talking about people who like definitely worked and had like a whole bunch of stuff that was, and that's what I just said. I'm talking about like people that aren't doing anything. And they're saying, "Oh, I want to get."
They're brainstorming.
No, you gotta be actively pursuing the goal. Or I'm gonna think it's. I might not even say anything depending on how close we are. But I mean, like, if you actively pursuing the goal, I'm cool. But if it's like you kind of kicking back and trying to say you're doing something else, no, it's different.
That's crazy, bro. That's crazy. Hey, man. Told you I'm being in my little creative bag this year, so you know you might see me pop up on your TikTok page. Send me a like it once you do, bro. Send me a couple of likes.
You should go ahead and get into the skits with your acting skill.
I could.
Right,
Yeah, I could, bro.
To your resolutions, please post a skit on TikTok, bro. I won't say anything bad. Please.
I might, bro. I gotta think. What type of skits you want me to do, bro?
Matter of fact, if you write it, I'll act in it. I'll sign that right now on the show. If you write it, I'll act in it.
I don't believe that.
I swear to God. I'm saying it on air. Everybody can hold me to it.
All right, bro. We can't get beat up like how Drewski about to get beat up right now by the Qs.
No, we ain't gonna disrespect.
We might.
Any of the Divine Nine. No.
All right, bro. We'll see what I can pull together.
All right.
My little content creation bag.
All right, and like I said, I've already agreed to it. So this last part, I'm gonna let you steer this one, pal, because this one.
So Damani and I've been talking about.
Topic. Don't put.
Damani and I. So Damani and I were talking about like things that we've seen in our lives, and so we were just discussing like, what do you do in a situation where you're talking to someone for a little bit of time, and then you get around her friends and you realize, you get around her friends, or if it's reverse, a girl getting around the guy's friends, you realize you got the ugly one, or the lesser attractive one. What do you do in that situation?
And you're asking me?
Yeah, if I had to introduce it, you get the first question. That's just how it goes, bro.
Okay. Well, I think for me, personally, hypothetically.
This is about to be a political answer.
No.
This is about to be a political answer. I already know.
You gotta. That's one that you have to just kind of and just keep going. You know what I'm saying? Because if it's just, put it to you this way: if she's so unattractive that being around her more attractive friends make you not want to pursue her anymore, you probably shouldn't have been pursuing her to begin with.
Talk about it.
Because if you put like the most beautiful women in the world in a room, there's going to be like a top and a bottom. So I mean, if she's still fine, cool. You can't have these friends around all the time because you're just gonna catch me just every once in a while. But
does it matter if it's on, like, y'all have only been on one date or y'all been talking like a month? Does that change anything?
You're not going to get the friends.
So you're saying in that situation you're cooked. There's nothing you can do.
Yes. It's not that there's nothing you can do, and I don't want to there are situations. There are many a situation that I've heard, and it's with the passing of time, things get different. So if you're gonna wait a couple of months before you shoot at another one, if you start the night talking to one friend, and by the end of it are talking to another, either one, they're a very, very bad, not connected friend group, or two, it ain't gonna happen. Or, if you are game master, like you have a way to get it done and you figure it out, which I have seen it happen before. But those times are few and far between. And if you can do that, write a book. Please write a book.
You gonna buy the book or something?
No, I'm not gonna buy it. I'm just saying, like, people need to know this information, because if that ability exists and it can be harnessed somehow, men will become an entirely different species.
I heard that.
Probably a worse species than we are, but we would become an entirely different species.
And then my other question is, could you date the ugly friend of a group?
Oh, 100%. 100%. I think, like I said, if I'm looking at you and I think, wow, she's attractive, then just because, like, you're not the most drop dead, amazingly, like, if put it this way, I'm not saying that, like, I've never seen anything that has looked better than you, just from, like, a visual standpoint, if that makes sense. So
Yes.
yeah, I mean, yeah, there's no problem there. But see, the problem lies in, if you fishing or just aiming for some low hanging fruit, and then you get around a friend and you realize, like, this ain't what I need to be doing, and that's a little bit different.
Okay. So you have no problem with the friend being the ugliest one in the group. What if it's the finest one in the group by far? Is that also okay? Or do you have a problem with that?
No, I don't have a problem with it.
Is there any difference between the two?
There is a difference. There is a difference. All right. Here's why I would rather have the ugliest one than the finest. Right. When they go out as a collective, who getting shot at?
Probably I say the middle one.
No.
It's the finest one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like I said, as a species, you got to think about, like, us, man. Like, if you going out and there's, like, a whole bunch of, like, there ain't nobody to take the attention off of you, yeah, it's you. You're gonna be the one.
So you'd rather have someone that's shot at less than shot at more, on average?
Yeah.
I don't think that's good.
Okay, put it to you this way. I think you're putting everything together, right? So if you had, say you had, like, the baddest, most beautiful, like, everything, like, everybody agreed that she was the finest woman on earth, right? And you just had, like, two boxes where you could check and be like, all right, shot at sometimes and shot at never. Which box would you check?
How can she be the baddest if she's never shot at?
That's what I'm saying. You're putting the things together.
I think you have to.
No, not necessarily. You got to think about, like, where she goes, like, what type of activities that she generally engages in, because there are hidden gems everywhere. Like, they're just. I'm gonna pay for this, but the types of, like, just, like, there are definitely paths that you can take to get shot at more or shot at less. Definitely, 100%.
So what are some of the places you get shot at more as a woman?
Any place where alcohol is involved, club, bars,
That makes sense.
that type of stuff.
Okay, where do men get shot? Do men get shot at?
They do.
And then where are high active places for men to get shot at?
Them same environments. DMs are big, which that more goes to, like, who you know and who you're gonna interact with. So that could be like as a result of like who you're friends with, where you hang out, like I said, who you hang out with. But in the working world, now that we're all like, not all, but now that we are like of workplace age, now it'd be a little bit harder unless you like a work from home or like an entrepreneur. There's always that workplace thing. But yeah, there's a whole bunch of factors that go in who gets shot at more, who gets shot at less. It's not like a zero, like just a spectrum. If you're this attractive, you get shot at this much. I
So,
tell
I
some
mean,
women are more.
so less attractive people get shot at equally as more attractive people. Sometimes.
No, I'm saying sometimes, yeah, sometimes.
I guess.
So what's your opinion on the matter?
On which part?
Well, let's start at the beginning.
I
If you're talking to the least attractive of the group, is that okay?
don't think so, man. I don't think so.
All right, well here we go. We're getting controversial now.
If they are the least attractive in their group, what does that mean? Well, they always say comparison is the thief of joy. And I think if you realize that they're the least attractive person in the group, it takes your joy away.
What? That's why the phrase was. That's you realize that you're taking the phrase and trying to use it to make a point that is exactly contrary to the phrase, right?
It's not. Yeah, they saying you shouldn't compare, but we're talking about in a situation where you already have compared them, and so your joy's gone. You see what I'm saying?
No, I don't. I see what you're trying to say, and I'm telling you.
The saying is no. The saying is comparison is the thief of
Comparison
joy.
is the thief of joy.
We are at the place where we've already compared. At this situation, we have now realized, okay, the person that I'm talking to is less attractive than all of her friends.
Okay, but you realize that you can stop comparing them at any point and just
You
be
can't.
joyous.
Once you've already compared, it's over. You already compared. You can't take back a comparison. You can renew a comparison. You can't take.
You can stop paying attention to the comparison, though. Is my point.
I think once you compare, you already compare for life, man. Okay.
Really? That's what you think? You have
Let me-
you have this strong opinion about comparisons that just popped up today?
Let me think. Okay. Let me think of something I know you've compared before. Okay. You think Kobe Bryant is better than LeBron James, as you've compared them.
Yeah.
At some point in your life, right now, could you just say, you know what? I don't see any difference in. I'm not going to compare them anymore. Or does your comparison that you already have in the back of your head go away?
This is a horrible example because here's the question that I'm going to answer because you asked the wrong one, right? If I every time I watch LeBron, I was like, oh, Kobe does that better. Kobe does that better. Well, I think Jordan was better at that. Then I would not be able to enjoy like greatness. LeBron is greatness. I will never waver on that point. So when I watch him, I'm like, man, dude is 40 years old, windmilling. His hair ain't real. I got a whole bunch of stuff that I can look at and be like, this is astounding. This is really, really cool that I'm getting to watch this because, you know, how many more years do we have of this? This is great that I'm getting to watch this live. So instead of, like, looking at, you know, your girl and being like, no, she looked better, then you can just be like, yeah, she's beautiful. I like her. We get along. That's what the phrase is intended to say.
No, so what my thing is, like, I feel like you're supposed to think your girl or whoever you're with is like the most attractive, maybe not the most attractive person in the world, but probably the most attractive person in the world, or if not very close. Say they have a friend group of 5, and you come to the realization that that person is not the most attractive in the friend group of 5. How do you survive that? I know that like when I say ugly or not ugly or less attractive, I'm including like personality and everything. Like in this group, or you don't include personality when you're talking about the ugly friend.
I definitely wasn't including like personality in that, because if you don't, that means that you don't like her personality. If you think that just like the sheer like personhood of somebody else is just better and is like better suited to what you're looking for than the person that you're with, yes, that's the easy. Why would you?
So you're just going by looks only. I was going by everything, man. I think a person can be
That's weird.
the ugly friend. I think the person can be the ugly friend based on everything involved. Like you can be the ugly friend if like you just a mean person.
This is so strange. Like this is.
You don't let me flip up my argument.
Sure.
So
I mean, I get it, but that's just like I said. That's just a strange way to define the question.
So we're talking about physical looks. Are you okay with having the ugly friend? I still say no. I still say no, man. I told you before. I told you I'm a shallow person, man. But I know my flaws. I can be honest about that because I self-reflect.
That's fine. That's fine. Okay, so take your 5 most attractive women, like just take your 5 most attractive celebrities. All right, just so we can eliminate any, like, just all of them have to be celebrities. Take them 5. All right. If you had the 5th one, and she was a great person, but she was friends with the other 4, that's the only 4 that she hung out with, but you got the 5th one. Are you okay with that?
No. Job's not finished. Supposed to shoot for the stars, man.
You are a menace to society.
You gotta shoot for the stars, I say this all the time. People have to stop settling. Because if you can get the bottom friend, I feel like you can get the top friend.
In a different friend group or in that same friend group?
In the same friend group, man.
Now, I will tell you this: women are not as rigid on it as they claim to be. That is very, very general, but
I don't know what you mean by that, man. Can you elaborate? What do you mean?
I'm saying that like the friend loyalty between like a group, if that friend like you, 9 times that 9 times out of 10.
I say about 1, 2, 3, 4.
More than that.
See, the people you talking about aren't like good friends though.
If the friend likes you, say it depends. Okay, it depends on closeness. But let's say like we're talking about just like not like best friends, not like we do everything together, but group of 5, like two girls that are like good friends, but generally like it wouldn't just be them. Let's take roommates for example. Let's take roommates.
I think you cooked with a roommate.
You think you cook with a roommate?
Well, a roommate if they've been roommates for over a year and they are friends, you are cooked.
If it's just them 2, maybe. If there are 4 of them, no.
I say yeah. Cause then, yeah, I say yeah. Cause you can't. I feel like you can't go from one room to the other. It's tough. It gets messy, bro. It gets messy.
And I'm saying like if the friend likes you
You gotta have the blessing from the other person. Or you say no blessing needed. You say it's just a flip.
It helps, but I'm saying like no. overlap in the friend group is not as uncommon as you would think based on like the perceived like loyalty that is there.
Okay.
Like professed loyalty that is there. They, I'm being very, very general here, but like they'll talk
Okay.
about it.
Here's my last question for you. So, is it easier for
But we'll
Hey.
snake each other too as guys. Sorry. Go
is
ahead.
it easier for a guy to go from the ugly friend to a different friend, or is it easier for a girl to go from the ugly guy to the, I guess, more attractive looking guy? Which is easier?
Easier for the girl, I would say, but there's like a stigma to that.
Mm.
The girls don't. Girls, we're much more like again speaking real generally. Men are more okay with being a homie hopper than the girls are.
Men are more okay with being a homie hopper than the girls
Yeah.
are.
So like when you hear homie hopper, you're thinking of like a woman, and that's why. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just stigma. That's all it is. The girls don't want to do that. They will, but like we don't care as a collective.
Do you care?
I care for sure. Yeah, I wouldn't do it.
Okay, that's all I was wondering. Oh, you were just saying I didn't like the we right there, so that's why I just wanted you to clarify.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I said.
Yeah.
Said
Yeah.
several
yeah.
times that this is very general, very very general. Now, all right. Last question for you. Get off here. If so, let's say you think that she's like really, really attractive, right?
Which one?
People around you,
My girl or the other girl?
the friend that you have, but the people around you do not see her. But okay, put it this way: the people around you see her as the least attractive of the friend group, and they voice that. Are you okay?
That's tough. And I've had this. I haven't had this dilemma, but I've thought about this before. Because I have a problem.
With y'all, I've had this dilemma specifically.
Well, I just be like, I know I'm not supposed to care what other people think, but I do. That's why I said I'm shallow. So if everyone else thinks I have the ugly friend, but I don't think I have the ugly friend, I still have the ugly friend.
Wow.
Right? Is that right or wrong? If the collective,
There's no.
if the
That's
collective,
you. That's
if the
honest.
collective,
That's
if
honest.
the collective group says, "Oh, you got the ugly one," and it's just me by myself saying, "No, my girl this, my girl that," like that one dude it was like an old video back in the day where it's like this little dude on the bus. He's like, but she's pretty to me. Do you want to be that guy?
You can't be that guy. No. You can't make it. All right. It's fair.
That's tough. That's tough, man. But should other people's opinion matter? It shouldn't. But it matters to me. Also, it depends on how long we've been dating, though. If it's like a month in, I'm gone. 3 months, I might slowly make an exit. 6 months you get. I think it's tough at 6 months, but I feel like at 6 months it's going to be like lingering in the back of your head, and I think that's a problem. A year in, you stuck.
That's how you feel. Stuck, not happy.
Not stuck. You'll be happy. You just gotta try your best not to compare, man. Which I think is tough to do.
It's not that I don't care at all, but it's just like, it ain't gonna impact like what's going on to me. Like, I just,
So
I'm fine with being contrary to the opinion.
So every one of your friends, they're like, you got the ugly one. She's a 5. You understand? Like no one that you're with thinks this person is attractive, but you. You staying?
Yeah. If the time comes to leave, it'll make it easier. But no, I mean if I'm like dead set on my opinion, no. Y'all ain't-
Like people comment on every single one of her pics. Where's your makeup? Just rude stuff like that on every single one of her.
She's just getting openly insulted. Is that what you're saying?
Like the girl that's like hate from Australia. That's what's happening on your girl pics.
They hate her existence. If they hate her existence, that's, like I said, that's different. If that's kind of a strange hypothetical, don't you think? People that just like everybody across the world thinks she's ugly. Is what you're saying?
Basically.
That's, I'd have to reconsider if that ever happened. But like I really don't care about what other people think in that realm. I just
Now here's my final question. What's the lowest number you could date? 1 to 10.
everything together or just like physical.
Let's go physical and then everything together. Let's do 2.
I mean, everything together. If I don't think she a 10, why am I with her?
Okay. Now physical.
Physical? I like a 3.
So when you say 3, do you mean like 30th percentile or do you mean like a F that's on the bottom? Or like 30% F? I think those are 2 different things.
Explain the difference.
30th percentile mean this is like she is only more attractive than 29.999% of other women.
Okay.
30% F just means like that's like you are really failing. Like you aren't like you're not it. Like
Okay, so the first one then.
only attractive. Wow. Interesting.
She make it up everywhere else. Cool.
You don't think that's kind of low? I feel like you at least got to be average. Like the average woman. Okay. I hear you. I don't agree.
I figured you would.
Okay. I know I'm not supposed to. I said my last question was my last question, but one more. But this is like a follow-up question.
Give me your number first. What's your lowest? I won't even ask a secondary question. What's the lowest number you can take?
79.96.
Just on attractiveness?
Mm-hmm.
You just gave. I see all of the women who have ever dated me are going to be
7.996.
You just gave a major compliment to everybody you've ever dated. You understand that, right?
I guess.
You're saying you're okay. But anyways,
So what do you rate yourself? If you will only date, the lowest you would go is a 30. What do you give yourself? Or a 3 out of 10.
Kevin Samuels said a 7 doesn't exist. So I'll say a 6. Strong 6.
That looks or everything.
Looks.
Everything. What do you give yourself?
I mean that's I don't I mean I have kind of a peculiar personality, but obviously I like it. So
This is your opinion.
8.
Okay, I thought you were gonna give yourself a 10, man.
I mean I aspire to 10.
Okay, I hear you.
So what's the numbers, bro?
For what? You just said you want to ask me to follow up.
I know. So what do you rate yourself?
That's a follow up question.
No, I said I'm not gonna follow up on what's the lowest you would date from an attractiveness standpoint. This is a separate question.
Oh, that was my number, the 7.996.
I know. I'm saying what do you rate yourself? That's a different question.
But that is a follow up. Okay, that's still a follow up, Money. That's a follow up. But what do I rate myself? 8.324.
That's too many numbers, bro.
8.324.
Here you go with the nut. That's too many numbers. All right, that's too many numbers.
I feel like 8.4 is kind of. I'm going 8.4. We'll go 8.416. Bump it up just a little bit.
Personality included.
Same, about the same. I think I'm even across the board.
All right, man. If you genuinely, if you believe it, I'm cool with that because that's you, your vision, your confidence.
I really give myself like a 9.1, but I feel like people say you can't be at 9, so I did 8.4. Because you know what I said. You know what I said that one time. That's how I really feel. I feel like I can't say that on here, man.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Byron, you genuinely, you have a high opinion of yourself. You know what I'm saying? Which is not a bad thing.
But I feel like objectively, from like the whole entire world, I feel like 8.4.
You're objectively an 8.4.
Objectively an 8.4. Subjectively.
Here first.
Subjectively, I'm gonna hold down, man.
That is the final word for today. We appreciate you rocking with us as always. Leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe so you don't miss anything. Hopefully y'all are rocking with the new logo. If you've come this far, we appreciate you. All right, you got anything else for people?
That's it, y'all. We appreciate y'all. Show Thief gonna play us out.
You gon' pass it, you gon' shoot, I stood tall. When you make it through the struggle and the pain, do you get your umbrella off the chance that it might rain? I stood tall. Ooh, I stood tall. Ooh, I stood tall. Ooh, you could try to count me out, but you ain't gon' ever hold me down. When I see my people going through it, I put the blame on me. And I see my homie lose his mind, but I gave him his first taste of lean. I ain't gon' lie, that really hurt me, but I had to close the curtains. And one thing I learned on Lion King is everybody gotta eat. Never tell a party, let me get a whole piece. And nah, little homie, can't get that from me. You play football, you got a bright future, you supposed to see you on the TV. And I said that's true, and I'm gon' do it, but I really gotta make something happen. And I probably could've asked my family for something, but instead I started hitting licks with daddy. I ain't gon' lie, that turned me to a savage. Really living life like a bandit. And then Murph told me, keep your head on, man, don't do nothing reckless. But now I'm older now, I'm a grown man. Go to church every Sunday, I'm a praying man. You ain't gonna never see me fall, I'm always standing. One thing I do is stick to the plan. When you make it through the struggle, you the truth. When that pressure get applied, is you gon' pass it, you gon' shoot.